guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to update a video I covered about a year and a half ago, which is titled, Man Dumps Fiancé Weeks Before Wedding After Discovering Affair with His Bro, Now He's Planning Carnage. And guys, as a recap, because like I said, this was a year and a half ago, October 2023, this is about the guy who's 23 at the time and dumped his girl weeks before the wedding after finding out she was doing his bro. But the crazy part about this whole thing is that number one, when he proposed to her originally, he'd only known her for a year. And she pressured him into it, which he never should have done. And, of course, she got pregnant at some point, and they had a 1-year-old kid when this all went down. And after finding out that she was sleeping with his friend and ending the engagement, this guy is now on the path to make sure he gets custody of his son because this woman his ex is terrible. And this guy that she ended up with has no job, no income, that she has the baby right now, and they're like living in a garage or something like that. It's just a really bad situation. So it was a big mess, and this is why I'm covering this, because I remember his story quite well. So when he sent me the email, I was like, I gotta do this. So for those of you who may have forgotten this, because it's been a year and a half, I'll post a link to the story here, the first story, in the top of the comment section, or as well as in the description. And by the way, guys, I've mentioning all last few weeks, if you happen to be on X, formerly Twitter, come check me out. Building a community over there now as well as over here, because over there on X, you can pretty much say what you want and have a good time. And it really helps me market the channel. So definitely come on over if you haven't done so already. All right, on to his update. He says here, hey, SSM, I wrote to you in October 2023 as I caught my fiancé at the time cheating on me with my best man on Snapchat. Holy crap. The best man, I forgot that. When they were exchanging emotionally and sexually intimate text. I was 23 years old at the time, and she was 21. He says, you rightfully made fun of me for proposing to her at the steakhouse. That's right. Over in Outback, or wherever the hell you were. Really? You could have done that in a park someplace else. The whole public thing. A couple updates about me. I now work at a great federal job as a letter carrier for the Postal Service, and I make good money too. I work long hours for now, but once I make regular, I'll be able to get raises every year, max out a great overtime pay, paid vacation, and sick time, and a government retirement plan. I'll be able to retire as young as my mid-50s if I stick with it. I've also ditched the role as a nice guy routine. Well, I'm glad things are going for you, man. But be aware, and I'm not trying to rain on your parade, but be aware, as I'm sure you are in the current administration, that they're going over all the agencies with a finely toothed comb, and the USPS could be next. And you're the new guy, so just be prepared. So just make sure you have an emergency fund set up and cash on the site, because you just never know. I hope nothing happens, but just be aware of that. You shed your nice guy routine. Well, that's good. It's always good when guys shed their nice guy routines. I've had some flings with sneaky links here and there, but I talk to women on my own terms now. I'm not a jerk, but I don't go out of my way to impress anyone anymore. Well, good. And by you not doing that, that's helped your case. This has benefited me greatly, and I've had a fair amount of female success, but I've not committed to anyone. Other than that, not being much personally to update about, but now on to the big victory from today. I like to hear about victories because you earned a big victory. And by the way, I know you're young and all, but remember, you already have a son. Always wear protection, always provide your protection, always dispose of protection, and don't bully that crap that are on the pill. Just be careful. After a lengthy family court battle, I finally got the settlement I wanted. First, I want to give you some backstory on how this happened. So as I stated before, despite some questionable things about their living situation, I wasn't able to prove that she wasn't worthy of 50-50 custody. So we agreed on what's called a 2-2-3 custody schedule. As an example, I'll have him Monday through Wednesday, Wednesday through Friday, Friday through Monday, 1 week, and vice versa the next. Not long before we went to make this agreement, I got word from a mutual friend that she was moved out to a county 2 hours away from me. 2 hours away, huh? That makes your situation difficult, and she did that on purpose. After conversing with my lawyer, I asked her point blank in a text on February 8th, did you move to such and such town? She said, no, I haven't moved. I responded, maybe not yet, but you plan to. She said, no, why would I? So she point blank denied it. So we went through our agreement. After some back and forth, she admitted that she was looking to move there because my former best man's military base is there, and he has to have an address near there. He's in the reserves. Oh, so since you last sent your thing, he joined the military, because before he had no job, no income. So obviously to keep her, he's like, okay, he's going in the army. After this, I reached out to my attorney about it. He then reached out to the child's attorney, who made it clear that there is a joint 50-50 custody in order, and that the parties would have to make the court aware if any moves are imminent. You're darn right about that. Fast forward many months later to September, we were discussing potentially trying to move the schedule around sometime. She attempted to negotiate with me about moving to said town, and I still said no. Whew, I'm sure that pissed her off. She can visit him and visit there as much as she wants in her free time, but that her residence needs to remain in our town. I texted her after our conversation restating this position. The following text would prove to be pivotal later on. Now here's the text. He says, my permanent residency was set up 9 months ago. My name is, and I have been on that lease. Before you even signed the custody paperwork. I am not moving. I do need to. I'm not concerned with your opinion on where I live and what I choose to do with myself. He says, so on October 10th, I filed for a custody modification stating that she moved with her child without my permission or knowledge. To her credit, she did do all the driving, and we did keep the parenting schedule. But she's driving like 2 hours from the town she lives in to the town I live in. That's a lot of freaking driving. Not to mention, if I allowed this move, she could try to establish out there and have him going to school at a district 2 hours away from me. That's exactly what she was going to do, man. Don't fucking fall for her shit. I paid $3,500 retainer for a good lawyer. She got a court-appointed one. I gave him all the text dating back to the beginning of our court agreement, all the way up to present day. Well, let's see what your good lawyer, which you're willing to pay the money for, versus her court-appointed lawyer. Let's see the difference. After having an initial court date, you then go through a negotiating period. In late January, her lawyer tried to send mine a settlement offer. She and my former friend were looking to close on a house in a town that was closer to where I am, 45 minutes away from this town versus 2 hours from the other town. This is apparently the closest they could move with my former friend's military assignment. So, your former friend is now in the military, and obviously did that to provide for her. Let's see how well it works out for him now that he's in the military and he's going to be eventually deployed, or something's going to go on, and he's with her, who's a known cheater. Yeah, this should be good. They wanted to move in that house, continue providing 100% of the transportation, and defer the issue of school district to when he is school-aged. I declined this. I'm not allowing them the opportunity to get to do their move and then have him in a different district than me. This would essentially give them all the custody and leverage come school time. That's exactly what they were planning, man. I'm glad you saw this. I'm glad your attorney saw this. I know, I think you said maybe the child's like 2 years old now, but it's going to go quick. My terms were that she can move, but that jurisdiction is to remain in my county and that my address is the primary residence for school purposes. Good, bro. Fast forward to yesterday and today. They seem very confident that their offer was the best offer and that it addressed all the current relevant issues. And he is relevant in quotations. I don't know if her lawyer didn't bother to read the text that we sent over because my lawyer went in with her lawyer, the child's lawyer, and the judge. When he came back out, he said we got what we wanted. Wonderful. Classic example, you get what you pay for. When school time comes, he will go to school in my county from my residence, which means that come school time, he will live with me. If she was with him if she has him during the week, she'll be responsible for driving him to school in the morning. And that's going to be a long drive. This gives me all the leverage for when school time comes to apply for primary physical custody. No matter the outcome, this guarantees that she can't take my parenting time from me. Wonderful. That's great, man. Now, remember, never say never. She could try to pull some bullshit down the road, but that's good to hear. He says, to all the dads out there, don't give up in family court. Always document, stay organized, stay ahead. Most importantly, do not give up. If you're fighting, the court will see that the court will see that, and you will be able to get at least as much parenting time than the other party. There are always options if you want to make it work. Good luck to anyone going through the court with their BM, and God bless. Well, yes. So, man, that's good to hear from you a year and a half later. But look what a year and a half took to get to this point. You know, but anyhow, man, okay, that's good that you're at a job you like. You're doing well for yourself. Again, just be careful because you never know. You're the new guy. You're the new man on the totem pole. You're the new guy. So if any cuts happen, I'm not saying to ruin your parade, but just be careful. Make sure you got emergency fund, and if anything happens, you're gonna be okay. You're a tough guy. You're resourceful, and I'm glad to hear that that worked out with your son in custody for you. But just be aware, your ex is a snake. And there could be bullshit down the road, but that's great. It worked out. And yeah, she went with the court-appointed attorney. And don't get me wrong, I have a buddy that did the court-appointed attorney for a long time, and he was a sharp guy. But usually, they're not always as good as the good ones that you're going to have to shell out money for. You get what you pay for, so that's really good to hear. And your situation went better than a lot of guys did, and maybe that has something to do with the courts, where you live, the judge, but who knows? So, man, good luck to you. If that's the last time I ever hear from you, just continue on with your grind, being a good dad. Just be careful with those girls. I know you're a young guy, but just be careful. And make sure every month you're putting away some money if you can, building wealth and all that, taking care of yourself. You're going to be all right. And good luck to your son. And by the way, your ex, being with your former bro, the former best man, now he's in the military. Yeah, given her track record, this ain't going to last. I'm willing to bet you. And I'm also willing to bet you, as I say all the time, things are going to work out with him, and eventually she'll be back. She'll be back wanting a second chance down the road. I guarantee it. She's 2 years younger than you, so you're probably about 24, 25 now, so she's probably about 23, 22. She's in her prime if she still has her looks after having that kid. But in a few years, if she's getting closer to 30, yeah, I'm willing to bet you may hear from her. So if that happens, let me know. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Give this guy a shout out for staying strong and doing well. And, guys, you got a good story to share, send it my way. strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just give me some time to get to it, and I definitely will. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.